Right,
Right.
Nigel. This is the one that's probably going to trigger me, isn't it?
Right. So there was a petition, a government petition in the UK, trying to do away with this whole scalping business, really. And sorry, it was saw a comment there. So the petition to the UK government was to basically put a halt to scalping. It has now been read, and there's been a review and a response to it. I don't know if it's gone to the House of Commons yet to be debated, but when it does, hopefully it'll go the same way as what they do with electronic ticket buying, because you've got it up there. So electronic ticket buying is banned if it's bought via bots. So it's illegal if you buy a ticket to a concert or whatever using a bot, because that's where the reselling comes in. Now the petition is asking for that same rule or law to be applied to physical things, among them being the graphics cards, PS5 and Xbox Series. So here is what we've been saying. For now, our top tip is to stay patient, to refuse to buy from scalpers, and you removed it.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to share it again?
It's all right. I'll read it again. I've got it now. For now, is our top tip to stay patient, refuse to buy from scalpers, and to buy from a trusted retailer. We understand how frustrating it is to wait for a new device, but holding out to buy a console at the recommended price from a retailer is what you should do. And that's what we've been saying since the start.
But there's obviously a lot of people feeling about this, because to respond to a petition, I mean, it isn't okay. It's not just about the PS5s and Xboxes. I mean, in the notes, the practice is most prevalent in the buying and reselling of events tickets, but also has a significant impact on sales of trainers, clothes, and technology. And as you mentioned, especially 3080 RTXs. The most recent case is the launches of the PS5s. Yeah, and I've seen it. I've firsthand seen it. But I mean, whether it's bots going on here or just dodgy freaking backhanders, I don't know. But look, I know that the pandemic has not helped the situation, and the stores being shut has fueled this, but there has been a lot of dodgy shit going on with these, and it's not just in the UK, it is worldwide, and it pisses me off. And I still maintain that I think Sony could have handled it better. I know that it's also up to the retailers. I get that. I understand what Gareth is saying. But
it's both, really. It's a bit of both. So the retailers could have done a hell of a lot better in the way they handled it, but so could have Sony. Sony could have made sure that the stock build up. They didn't have to release a week or two after Microsoft released their Xbox Series consoles, did they? They just wanted to be that competition. But
I think, I mean, it's the stock that they had at launch wasn't going to significantly impact your takings for the holiday period. It didn't matter when you launched this console. Every mother and his auntie was going to freaking well order this thing because it was an awesome console. So why the hell didn't you just delay it until now, where this would have got round a lot of these problems? I maintain there were no bollocks, because there wasn't enough stock to significantly change your Christmas takings. There wasn't. We know that. There's all these so-called 4 million consoles they saw. Most of that 4 million was in the new year. The initial allocation of stock 3,000 fucking units for the whole of Thailand. 3,000. That's all. And I feel like that because of the lack of stock and stuff, it's just massively screwed this. I know that the pandemic isn't helping, and I know that is partly to blame. I understand that, but it is a frustration. It really, really is.
I think if the shops were open, if the retailers were actually open, and you could go in, place your order in person. They would have eliminated the issue, but you couldn't, unfortunately.
No, I agree with you.
Sort of did with my Xbox Series X. I was in the queue, and I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm an hour in this queue just to log in. So I drove down to the shop. I walked in and went, have you got any Xbox Series X left for me to pre-order here? And he went, yep. Okay, sign me up, buddy. Did. And I walked out and I cancelled my queue. Done. I mean, it was different with the Sony PlayStation 5 because Sony royally fucked up with the whole, we're not going to we're going to give you some time and we'll let you know when in advance we're going to go live. They didn't, that's what they promised, and what they delivered was, and we're live now. And you were like, what the fuck? Everyone's scrambling. Retailers didn't have a fucking clue. Sony royally fucked up with that, and the retailers didn't do themselves any favors either. So
yeah, I agree.
This whole thing is going to keep going on and on and on until
the Xbox launch. The Xbox launch was marginally better handled, but you know, if you got stuck in that queue for trying to order the Xbox on the Xbox Pass thing, and it didn't tell you that you had to go into store, that was badly handled, and that was very annoying. But actually, PS5 was far worse. I mean, they messed up royally, both of them.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you that the PS5 one was worse.
Yeah. So
it's good that the government have responded, even if it is a bit lame. You know, don't go and buy it from scalpers. No, you need to do more than that.
Yeah, I think they're going to be taking it into a discussion or a debate as to what they do and try and implement it in a fashion like they do with ticket sales for events. And hopefully that happens, and it happens soon, because people at the moment who are desperate for one are being taken advantage of by scalpers, because for some reason people have no patience nowadays. So, and they thrive on that. So
yes.
So yes, Babster. Totally agree. Screw the scalpers. Just don't buy from them. Simple. True. Leave them with that ridiculous amount of stock that they've bought, and it will hit them in the pocket, and eventually they'll end up selling it for the price that they paid because they will be readily available.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, trusted retailer. Do you trust Gabe?
I'm not sure I trust Gabe that much. I'm not sure certainly don't trust Amazon.
I know Amazon was fucking gaff around with his delivery. And
big time.
Yeah. We've delivered it.
Yeah.
No, you ain't, mate. You're not even here. Give me one.
Yeah.
Get back here.
That was as dodgy as sin, that was.
And yes, that's a Sonova game or Argos. Am I wrong in thinking that Argos? No, Argos is a Sainsbury's company, isn't it? It's not an Amazon company.
I don't know who they're owned by anymore.
Argos, you can use Nectar points to buy stuff in, and Nectar is owned by Sainsbury's. So I think they are Sainsbury's own Argos. I think. All right, mate. You got your 3080. Don't need to rub it in. To be fair, I don't care because my motherboard wouldn't even run something like that.
Oh, you don't get him started on his motherboard. Seriously, the guy is running. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I'm not going to take the piss too much because it is fucking epic. But his case is bigger than the room I'm in, and it's got. I mean, the lights are blue, and it's got sort of like fucking wavy lights that look like the fucking warp engine off the Star Trek Starship Enterprise. It's epic, but it's more powerful than the freaking backup server I've got at work. And that thing backs up the entire company. And his computer is more powerful, more RAM. It's ridiculous. It's awesome.
But the important question is, what color does it light up?
Blue, because everything that lights up blue, Nige, is awesome. You have to understand this, Nige. Everything that lights up blue, and I'm going to show you this now because you got me right. That's it. See, look.
Hang on a minute.
This shit out.
Can I before you go into that?
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.